Paul Aieta from Mountain Racing Products here at the North American Handmade Bike Show, Austin, Texas, 2011. And we're showing off our brand new fork called the Loop TCR. It's an entirely new design from White Brothers, and let me cover some of the unique things about it. Probably the most noticeable thing right off the bat is the magnesium cast lower, and that's a first for White Brothers. It's a custom lower design, and we use 32mm stanchions. One of the unique features is our Q-Taper 15 axle system. It's a 15mm through axle system, and let me show you the way that works. So here's the axle, and we use two of these tapered pieces, one in each dropout. And the machines are, the dropouts are machined conically. The adjuster nut is captured and held in place, so you don't have to keep track of that. What's special about the Q-Taper 15 system is when you put the wheel in and you tighten down the quick release lever, you're not only tightening the wheel between the dropouts, but you're getting a very firm grip between the axle and the dropouts, and that increases stiffness of the lower without adding any weight. So that's the Q-Taper 15. We use an air spring on all the Loop forks, and this model is called the Loop TCR because it has a threshold adjustment, a compression adjustment, and rebound adjustment.
Good stuff.
So let me talk a little bit more about the damper. The new Aura damper, as we call it, utilizes similar magnetic technology that we've used in the past in our dampers, but in a completely new execution. We now have a very wide range of adjustability on the damper, from wide open to maximum threshold. And what that means is when you're in the threshold zone, we're using a strong magnetic force to hold the valve closed. So the fork rides very firmly, but when you hit a bump, the valve opens immediately and the fork becomes very active. So you get the benefit of a lockout feeling where you're dialing out the pedaling bob, but when you hit a bump or hit a rock, it'll activate, it'll open. And then you can pack that amount of threshold force in the red zone here, and then as you get into the white zone, you're just increasing the amount of oil bypass, and the fork gets more and more fluid. And there's a final adjustment, which is the maximum threshold. So when you're in this setting, you can control the amount of threshold. You can back it off. It comes at the highest setting from the factory, but then you can tune that down a little bit if that's the way you like it. We use forged crowns now on all the forks, and we have a 1.5 crown with a tapered steer. We also have 1.125" crown steer. We make models from 80mm travel to 150mm travel in the 26-inch and 650B models. The 29er forks will be coming out mid-year, probably June or July, and we'll have versions from 80 to 140mm on that. The 26 and 650 forks are in production now, and we're taking orders. So I think we covered everything about the Loop TCR. This is the new rock solid fork. We've been making the rigid carbon fork for several years now, and we just decided to do a few updates for 2011. The biggest difference is the new designed crown. The new crown is stiffer than the previous crown and styled more like the crowns of our suspension forks. We have a different top layer on the carbon. I don't know if it comes out on the video, but it's a unidirectional layer of carbon. It just gives a different appearance. Structurally, the legs are the same as before, and new graphic scheme that goes along with our Loop forks. We make three sizes. We make a 465, which is the common replacement for a short travel 29er fork, and we make a 445 and a 425. So again, this is the White Brothers Rock Solid.